This is 5 on your side at 5. Focused on you.
Right now, colleges and universities are holding graduation ceremonies even as pro-Palestinian protests continue on campuses across the U.S. SIUE saw a peaceful demonstration during one of their graduation ceremonies yesterday. Dozens of protesters rallied in support of a local professor who was badly hurt when multiple police officers were breaking up a protest at Washington University last weekend. Good evening, I'm Mike Bush. The demonstration at SIUE disbanded peacefully and without any arrests. But across the country, police continue to clear out encampments as schools prepare for commencements. Rick Damigella has more.
This weekend saw universities across America hold graduation ceremonies as well as arrests in the ongoing pro-Palestinian campus protests. In Los Angeles, police cleared out a protest encampment at USC but did not make any arrests Sunday morning, according to the school. The university has called off its main commencement ceremony, citing what the school says are security concerns.
The campus has really been on edge for the last couple days, especially with a email that was sent out by President Carol Folt last night expressing that the university was committed to holding commencement, that while it supported free speech, it also had limits.
At the University of Michigan, banners with opposing messages flew overhead, and some protesters were removed during the school's main graduation ceremony on Saturday. At the University of Virginia, police arrested over 24 people after they took down tents and cleared out protesters Saturday.
There has been gas that has been sprayed. We don't know if that is tear gas, but you can see that there's been gas that has been sprayed as they are moving in, and there is fighting in between them.
Former Republican Senator Ben Sasse, who is now the University of Florida president, called for school officials nationwide to, quote, step up and mind their own shops.
You don't get to take over the whole university. People don't get to spit at cops. You don't get to barricade yourselves in buildings. You don't get to disrupt somebody else's commencement.
I'm Rick Damigella reporting.
Tonight marks the start of Holocaust Remembrance Day. The observance carries a heavier weight than usual for many Jews as a war in Israel continues. That conflict began when Hamas fighters invaded southern Israel last fall. On October 7, 2023, Hamas militants caused the deadliest attack on Jews since the Holocaust. Over 100 Israeli hostages are also believed still being held by Hamas in Gaza. Communities in our area are gathering to reflect and pray on this somber holiday. The scars of the past and the current conflict feel fresh for many Jews living in the St. Louis area, including Holocaust survivor Oscar Jacob. The 93-year-old was just 13 when his family was forced on a train headed for the Auschwitz death camp. Another prisoner told him to lie about his age, and he believes that saved his life.
He says, tell them you're 16, 17-year-old. And that saved my life. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here talking to you, because 15-year-old and under, we all ended up in the gas chamber.
And he never saw his mother, brother, sister, or grandparents again. We hear more from Oscar's harrowing story in our Making a Difference report tonight on 5 on Your Side at 10. The concerns about anti-Semitism continue to fester across the country. A leader from the Anti-Defamation League spoke with political editor Mark Maxwell on this week's episode of The Record. Many involved in these demonstrations are protesting the growing humanitarian crisis and rising death toll in Gaza. But the ADL is also concerned with how many are also sharing anti-Israel ideology.
The House, at the very least, recently adopted a resolution condemning the common chant at many of these protests, quote, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. They did so calling it anti-Semitic. What does that statement mean in reality to you?
Well, the river they're referring to is the Jordan River, and the sea is the Mediterranean Sea. And if you look between those two bodies of water, you'll find the state of Israel. Any argument that you're going to make that would subsume the state of Israel or the Jews who live there into a new Palestinian state is anti-Zionist, is against the national aspiration of the Jewish people for self-determination in their homeland, and anti-Zionism is anti-Semitism.
You can hear more of that conversation on The Record with Mark Maxwell tonight after Sports Plus. Now to a live look downtown. The storms from last night leaving a clear sky and warm temperatures today. Weather First meteorologist Gary Frank is here to tell us when our next storm chances are.
Yeah, but
Gary.
the clouds have rolled back in very quickly, and we're going to see a few rain showers tonight. No significant storms, where last night we were talking about more significant storms ahead, and the storms that got your attention, whether or not they were severe or not, but we still had enough rain where it's soaking things. And as we look in Chesterfield, you can see that low cloud cover and gloom that's been with us here for the second half of the day primarily, and you'll see where that rain settles in. It's already started to rain in some cases in Herman and Warrenton and Rolla and areas in Gerald, and that's working its way across I-70. Nothing severe, but I guess we don't really need any rain with how saturated it already is. However, looking down Market Street, still dry, and everything's green. No surprise there. Wind is calm. It's only about 3 miles an hour, up to 69 degrees. It's been a nice, cool day and maybe a nice break. And over the next 12 hours, we'll continue to see that rain settle in and just a light shower or two, and most of it's tapering off by tomorrow morning by 3 or 4 in the morning. But what we're looking at the week ahead is lots of dry time. We got lots more rain chances, too, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how you're going to look at that. But severe weather possibilities will be mixed in. We'll talk about our next weather alert days and the most significant severe weather that we're expecting.
And right now, a new residential community is shaping up in East St. Louis. Lansdowne Up, the nonprofit behind it, wants to build economic revival in the city. 5 on your side's Travis Cummings takes us to new development.
It is a great view.
We've moved in here about 4 or 5 weeks ago and excited about it. It's been a long time coming.
It may look like just a big construction site now.
Looking forward to having neighbors here shortly, that is for sure.
For Mark Mastemacher, this development on 25th and Grove Street in East St. Louis is shaping up to be a home for him and others who want to become a part of the City of Champions.
And this used to be Lansdowne Park back in the 1800s and early 1900s, so we thought it was a great location.
The developer from Collinsville saw something in the city 16 years ago. His nonprofit Lansdowne Up works to clean up the city, create job development, and partner with entities like Jackie Joyner Kersey Foundation just down the road to bring resources into the neighborhood. Now they're opening the door to 20 homes.
And no one house is the same.
And a bargain for prospective buyers.
How is the city of East St. Louis contributing to this development, Mark?
The first one is the infrastructure dollars to provide the roads and the sewers. So we have all brand new roads and all brand new sewers. They were instrumental in us getting a Lansdowne TIF, which is a way for the property owners to get a rebate on their property taxes each year for the next 18 years.
Lansdowne Up is committed to creating vibrant and inclusive areas here in East St. Louis. That's why every resident in this subdivision will look over this green space in the middle so that neighbors can get to know each other.
The mature trees that exist, a pond or lake on the backside.
Land that'll breathe life back into the City of Champions.
And so the goal of this development is to bring people back.
Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.
A few people have already started looking at the homes. Crews are working to have the development complete by the summertime. Find out how to learn more about the properties just by visiting the story on KSDK.com. Supporting and comforting moms who have lost children, the North County event that hopes to do both.